Yo, hi everyone. This is Open Stage. This is Wednesday, and we're talking today with the musician, producer, artist, and I don't know how many stuff you're working on, to be honest. And that's fun stuff. Okay, let me check it first if we're live because we are rugging recently. Let me say hi to Lost now, and we'll move on. Wait, while I'm checking, we can't hear you.
I'm muted. I forget to unmute myself.
Yeah, yeah, we're
You
live.
guys are
All good. Oh, okay.
we're
Uh,
live.
Yeah, all good. How are you today?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was super tired the past couple of days because I've been streaming every day and streaming until like 2, 3 in the morning, and then but today I was good. I slept last night finally.
Congrats. I know, like I haven't slept for normally I think for 2 months or something like that, like 1 or 2 hours, and then I woke up and this is a complete hell. Like I don't wish it to no one. And yeah. Hi, Yaboy Nancy. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, by the way. You know, I met you like when I just joined Web3. And I was like following you and like, oh, such a fun content, you like even like back then when everything was so bright and so interesting, you were outstanding. And I
Thank
was
you.
following you. I immediately wanted to collab with you on something, and I was put notifications like to be updated about all your news, all your that you are posting. And for 3 years, I think I just have noticed on you, and I didn't contact it at all. I'm just time to time, I'm just checking my news, and I see you, and I'm like, oh, he's doing great.
Yeah, it's crazy that I remember that when you first joined Web3 and and like you got like 5 followers and then you slowly get more and you start interacting with people that sticks with you. I remember that was like 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wow,
How it was for
that's a
you, by
long
the way?
time.
What's your background before you joined Web3 and how you get to here?
Um, Film like cinematography specifically is I would say like my main passion. Um, and then music. So I went to film school in 2012, but like 2 weeks in, I was like, this is college isn't for me. So dropped out, and then I just spent the next 9 years just like moving around the U.S. I pursued a bunch of different creative things, mostly music, but a few like film stuff, and then yeah, 27. I just made the Twitter account, and I created Nancy in 2014. And then when I made the Twitter account and was seeing everything happening, it just kind of clicked to just like pursue Nancy in Web3. I saw it as a good like amplifier, like to get Nancy out there for the ultimate vision of a TV show. So that was kind of the mindset.
This is so cool. I really love it. By the way, guys, we have like no notifications for live streams, and if you can just like and invite your community would be great, but no pressure here. So, what I wanted to ask, your character is usually like people trying to create something or fun or like fun. I mean, like animal fun, or they using some aesthetic to attract aesthetics, and your aesthetic is some fat guy. So some weird character that like he's not even attractive, but for some reason you just can't stop watching that. Maybe it's only with me, but I love this character so much. And I saw how many people still wearing this PFP. Fernanda, if I'm not mistaken, I know him like as well 3 years or something like that. He made interviews. He's still active on the space, and he's still wearing your PFP. So can you tell and explain, maybe show something about the collection for those who don't know, for example?
Yeah, so that I think because Nancy's a human, like you made the like animal comment and stuff. I think because Nancy's a human and he has a voice, it just adds like a relatable aspect to it. A little more relatable than like an animal. for longevity. But yeah, Fernand's awesome. He's the first person from this world that I met uh, in real life, which is always a crazy.
Oh, for real? You met in real life?
Yeah, yeah. He went to NYC, NFT New York or whatever that's called. And I live like an hour and a half from the city, so we met like halfway. But that was from my collection on the GameStop NFT marketplace, which is now non-existent. So kind of all the work I did for like that year and a half period is kind of gone. The layer two that it was a Ethereum layer two loop ring just like rugged everybody, including GameStop. So
Wait, what layer it was? Like what it was?
it was loop ring, which was a layer two on ETH.
I don't even remember this.
I know. It was very niche, like small
So
thing. But yeah, so yeah, a lot of people still rock the Nancy. I'm very grateful that I have a strong it's like small community that has been supporting me for like 4 years now, which is wild. But I'm like almost there. I can feel it in my gut that this next step is gonna level it up.
But what it was like just NFT collection, or is it like I know that you also created some music. I saw some of your videos on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. So what it was like? It
Yeah.
was like a music project or PFP project, or what it was like?
Yeah, so I was doing like just short videos for fun. I was doing the NFTs. I love making music, so I have a few like, albums out and EPs and singles on Spotify and Apple Music, YouTube. I just recently, like a month and a half ago, started going really hard on TikTok. I'm kind of like now that I have my pilot episode for the show, and hopefully the Kickstarter ends Saturday. It's like very close. The Kickstarter's for one episode, but I'm pretty set on getting like 3 or 4 episodes produced. Myself doing it, I'm giving myself like a month and a half per episode, which I think is very possible because
Months and a half,
yeah, like
And it's
12-minute episodes.
12 minutes episodes. Okay. You drawing everything yourself?
Yeah, drawing and animating it, voicing Nancy and a few other characters, but I'm gonna have like community members and stuff do voices. A lot of people on the pilot episode, I had probably like 10 people voice.
Is it like people who minted your NFTs, or just your friends, or who is that, or famous people? Like I don't know. I never saw you in like among all the ex influencers. You always somehow yourself.
Yeah, I was talking someone kind of like in my community adjacent to it. When you're like on social media, especially if you're anonymous, it appears to be very easy to say stuff or behave that you 100% wouldn't in real person if you're face to face with this person.
Yeah, somehow told me recently, like some people acting here like they never was like punched in the face.
Yeah. I mean, you're like hiding. You're like on the internet, So I understand it in theory, but when I started, I guess I don't have that in me. I've been trying to be just myself. But I mean, I wasn't even doxxed for the first 2.5 years, 3 years of doing this. So, but even then,
yeah, I was surprised that you joined with camera. I thought you were anonymous. Like I was sure that you're anonymous.
Yeah, I thought it would just be better. I mean, I met a bunch of people in real life, and trying to pursue like a series now and try and really grow it. I just was like, I'm just gonna dox myself and be me.
Do you feel like difference? Because I was always protecting anonymouses, and for me, like there is no difference, like if person are doxed or not, because I'm not trusting anyone, like anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you feel the
And then
Um,
difference? Uh,
what were you gonna say?
Do you
oh,
feel
I was
the
just gonna go if you don't trust anyone already, like doesn't really matter if I don't know if you're doxxed or not. If you're just like careful, what does it matter? I don't know. To me, it has never mattered, honestly. Well, it depends. Like if you're like really rich, maybe because then people wanna like I don't know. People get kidnapped and like really bad stuff happens, but at the same time, it's like I don't know.
I just saw how
Yeah,
like this doxed people acting like no wait doxed undoxed I don't remember. So people who show in their faces they acting like complete rats.
yeah,
It
it's
was
true. And yeah, it's true. It's like yeah, even if it's doxed. I mean, I think the main reason was because when I was doing Nancy for that first like 2.5 years, I was being Nancy. Like I was my mindset from the jump was like, all right, Nancy exists, and I am and like I'm speaking for Nancy. So I
Mhm.
would do like a fake English accent on spaces. So like my whole community thought I was like actually from the UK for like two
I
years.
thought so too, bro.
Yeah,
Today
yeah,
I was like, just scrolling the video and I was like, I didn't know that this guy is British.
yeah. So once GameStop NFT marketplace like ended, it just kind of like forced me to like rearrange what I was doing. And I slowly was just like, hey, I'm not actually from the UK. This is my real voice. I'm just like a guy from the US. Um, and then maybe a year after that, I met like 5 or 6 people in real life. So I was like, I kind of convinced myself if I dox myself, maybe that'll like level me up. But like you guys both said, it literally doesn't matter. So, but whatever. I don't regret it or anything.
Yeah, that's dope. So, what's the idea of Nancy itself? Like, okay, this is very like I adore. By the way, this picture is so fun. It got me like for real. This is so cool.
Yeah, that was for Pokemon's 30-year anniversary that
That's cool.
just happened.
This is
Um,
cool.
like
Yes.
what's Nancy kind of like in totality?
Yeah, what's the idea of the whole story of Nancy and what other characters exist in there and what is that like in if you can explain.
Um, so like the archetype of Nancy is kind of like that. At least for me, it's like the naive, like not coming of age, like the stage after that, like in your 20s, like going up to your 30s of like, you got to deal with a lot of, you're naive. You got a lot of lessons to learn. Um, you're kind of like, at least in my case, I'm like running from the past. I'm like chasing things to distract and just kind of that whole thing of like finally facing everything and like you as you slowly learn who you are and stuff and that's solidifying. That's kind of the story of Nancy. So Nancy's story is he's from Liverpool. He has a wild past.
What's the
Like
past?
all the I mean, I'm going to show it. Each cold open of each episode is like a core memory of his.
Mm-hmm.
That sets the theme for the episode. But no, just like childhood, like parents, just interactions, like addiction, stuff like that. But yeah, Nancy moves from Liverpool to New York to like chase his dreams. Is like the simplest like way to say it. But ultimately, it's just like a big lesson and learning experience. So I kind of just took I found like the simplest, most direct like metaphor of like my personal experience and just put it from Nancy. Like I'm not from the UK, but I did like move. I've lived in like 7 different states in my 20s. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of just like quitting my job and getting on a bus and like moving somewhere new, and pursuing creative stuff and
I
like
like
stuck in that cycle.
Sorry, I will be interrupting you for a second to comment something. I just like this merch. This is so fun.
Thanks. Yeah, I can't actually make that merch because I talked with my lawyer, and DreamWorks is like very.
Oh.
They would not let that fly. But if someone wants to make it themselves, I don't think that's illegal. So the image is out there if you want to do that.
Why is just this kind of character? One of my favorite anime, it's One Punch Man, because it's super fun. It's like super sarcastic too, and they using this bold character because I think because this is super unusual, and they laughing like he trained so much that he lost all his hairs, but that's why he's so powerful that with one punch he can kill like literally anyone, and so he's like the strongest character in the world, but he's still like like he's thin, so he's like normal, and your character, he's like fatty, he's like weirdo, and you're not even the same. So I choose this because people when they draw in someone, they want to draw something even more beautiful than them, and you like kind of opposite. Why?
I think just knowing his personality from the jump, that he was like has a really good heart, but is kind of a piece of shit. He's an alcoholic, but he's like doing the best he can for some like that. That's just what
So cool.
like that archetype just made me draw that character for some reason, and it just made me laugh. So
I love it so much. Okay, well, this Nancy, this is you're on episode 1, and you mentioned Kickstarter here. You applied on Kickstarter to sponsor your story, and you want to develop it from the scratch from the episode 1, or during these years you already created something in short stories and now you just combine it in one videos. How it's happening?
no, so I got the pilot episode produced by an actual studio last year. Around this time last year, it got finished.
Web3 studio or like real studio?
Flannel Donut, which they're Web3. So like Rob Shaw directed the pilot. He just won he just won 2 Emmys. I don't know if you're aware of like the Tiny Chef show. I don't know if you've seen those clips. It's like it was an Instagram show, and then it got picked up for distribution by Paramount Plus. So their season 2 was on Paramount Plus streaming.
Wow.
And they won an Emmy. I'm actually not sure what he won an Emmy for yesterday. I need to ask him that. But anyway, like once I got the pilot, I had a budget for each episode. So I was spending last year trying to get funding.
Mhm.
But about 2 months ago, I learned the animation program myself, and I made the cold open to episode 1 in like a week and a half.
Wow.
And then I was like,
Is it AI program?
I'm not. Yeah, but it's not like some like, it was. I've been doing it. I've been working with a lot of programs, and this program was like all of them combined. So it wasn't like I was just like, it's not like some savant shit. It was just like, it just made sense because of all the programs I've used. But yeah, I'm just like, my goal this year is to not think and just like go. So once I was like doing this and I was like, holy shit, I can like make episodes myself. I was like, I'm just gonna launch Kickstarter.
Can you
and I
maybe
just went for
show how the process looked like? If not, that's okay. Just interesting how you draw and all this
Yeah. I have
to dive into. Is this character has a personal life also, or it's all about his friends and everything?
yeah, it's just
Hilarious.
he's kind of like most of his personal. Yeah, I mean, it's following him around the whole time, but when the setting is New York City, that's just kind of a wide open playing field for different personalities, and so there's a lot. Yeah, the skeleton to season 1 is written. Almost done with the script of episode 2, but pretty much I have up to episode 4 of like the movements of each thing. And yeah, it's sorry. Yeah, I'll share. I'll just show. I have this pulled up because I know you mentioned. Can you see this?
Wait a second. Yeah.
So this is the program. It's really cool. I mean, it's like a little automated type of animation, but also not really. So it's like I drew. So I'll be like drawing all the characters in this, and this is just the front view. So I'll have to do angles too, but also you can like look right and look left. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is Moho. So you draw a skeleton over your character, so you can see like you start here. I naturally just want to like give a tutorial on the program, but I'll just like show you. But it's just cool.
Yo, this is so cool. Yeah. So before,
That's cool.
it's even like almost 3D. What?
Yeah, when you turn like this, it gets pretty cool. I don't know why that's doing that.
That's cool.
But so it's pretty much like you start on frame 1, and then in a half a second, if you want to like turn his head and like raise his arm, and then it like automates that movement.
So it's still not a prompt, but you just moving everything.
Yeah, it's like it is kind of like it's not AI, but it's automated, I guess. It's not frame by frame animation, which like I would love to do that for Nancy, but that would take like, if I was just making an episode for 12 minutes, that would take like a year to get one done. And this is what the studio used, so I'm comfortable with it.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty dope. What do you think about AI though? Our favorite question, because I don't like AI and Lost now adore AI.
I'm not like anti AI. I think people should. You can do what the fuck you can do what you want. So if you want to like just make AI stuff, you should have the freedom to do that. Obviously, when I see AI, I don't even give it my time. Like I just keep scrolling. Like I don't think anything of it. I would never use AI for what I do. I think the shape one that just came out. You've seen that? I've seen that. I feel like most people. It was like old school. It looked like like recorded on like an old camcorder aesthetic. Have you seen that with like the shapes? And it was like some weird retro like shape thing. That was very cool. That was cool. That was the first AI video I've seen that was like, oh, this is like cool. But I would never use AI for this. Like Nancy's story is like very personal to me. I'm like extremely passionate on telling it, and the thought of like handing it over to be automated is like defeats the whole like purpose of like what I'm doing. So did I answer your question? I feel like I've been rambling and I actually didn't like directly answer.
You rambling even not enough, in my opinion, because I'm like, what? Because for you, it's maybe obvious everything that she's showing, but for us, it's like, I see this for the first time, for example. That's so cool to see how, animation progressing, because I have no idea how it's all working. So that's cool to know. But I want to back more with the idea of Nancy and how he became an alcoholic, and like, what do you want to show by this old Nancy like journey? Do you want people to just compare themselves with their character and they had some fun, just relaxing their brain, or you want to teach them something, in life by your this story? What's the main idea?
So I got, when I started Nancy, the reason I really started and I could start him is because I got sober at 27. I was more into substances compared to alcohol. I drank too. So I just like in a dark comedy, I think just straight up alcoholic is funnier. He does indulge in drugs. I don't want to like preach anything, but he does end up getting sober or attempting to get sober. There's a lot of like
That's cool.
it's a very like underground world of like people in like AA or NA, but there's like like I guess to summarize it, which you probably won't understand this because if you've never been to like an AA meeting, but like if you go to one weekly, if it's like your meeting, I think like maybe once every 2 weeks for like one of my main meetings that I go to, there's a speaker. So I've spoken at meetings before, and it's pretty much your experience, strength, and hope. So you kind of just tell your story for like 15 minutes, and then you go into like what it's been like getting sober, and that pretty much implies the hope because you're like in front of them sober. But there's like maybe like once every like 6 months, someone is up there telling their story, and the whole fucking room is just like locked in, and it's like universally everyone's like that was incredible. It was like it was real. It was like gritty, but it was honest. It's like I'm sure I'm sure you both have felt a similar like feeling just collectively in a situation where you're like, holy shit, that was like awesome. That's kind of the goal with Nancy's story, by telling Nancy's story. To like show the rawness of it and the realness of it. But walk away like cool. Like I feel inspired somehow from that story.
Hey guys from Blaze. Hi everyone. Just quickly telling hi to everyone. If you're here and watching us on X2, say hi in the chat, and yeah, just would be cool to chat with you as well. So this is such a great idea, you know. And I have like many questions and thoughts in my head right now. At first, like I'm quitting smoking right now, but I'm sure that today I will go and buy cigarettes again, guys. This is my 5th day without cigarettes, and I'm just dying, especially at the evenings. I just can't, but at the days I feel myself a bit better, but I just love smoke cigarettes. I don't know what will happen.
I have some bad news for you because I used to smoke. I started smoking whenever I was 14 or 15, and I stopped whenever I was probably like 19 or 20. And I'm like, you know, I'm older than 30 now, and then sometimes I still want to smoke a cigarette. It just never goes away. It's such a bad habit. And it's like, and it's like for me personally, it's like especially like because I used to be a social smoker and like drinker basically whenever I was living in Europe before I moved to the US. And after I stopped smoking, it was like if I had like a beer or like a drink, then I would want a cigarette. And that has stayed for like my whole freaking life, and I hate it.
But it
It's
doesn't.
like and that's why I stopped drinking alcohol. Like I stopped drinking like a few years ago. Like I don't drink alcohol anymore because if I drink alcohol, then I want to smoke a cigarette. And it's just
I mean, they go
annoying
hand in
because-
hand very well.
Yeah, it's just so annoying because it's like and it's to this day though. Still, sometimes I'm like, damn, like I would really like to smoke a cigarette right now, but it's like I don't. But it just never. It's so annoying because it just never goes away, and it's something that you just keep struggling with, and you just have to say no to it over and over again.
Sad.
Bad
I've been on
habits.
the
That's awful.
I've been on the Zyn like since I started Nancy.
No. For me, like all these vapes and Zyn, no. Even like you killing yourself in some way, or you just not even trying to survive this.
I mean,
with vape.
I love cigarettes. I haven't had a cigarette for years, but I used to chain smoke. I still like you just said, Lost Snow. Like I still love cigarettes. I'll die loving cigarettes, but there is something very nice about like when the sun. You just said like nighttime you start craving. Yeah, like smoking a cigarette with like the sky above you is like a joy of life. Like what?
But guys, I'm smoking like for long. I think more than 10 years I'm smoker, I swear to God. But I don't think I'm smoker. The thing is like I'm thinking this is for about everyone else, but I'm not a smoker somehow, but I'm smoking every day during like 10 years or more.
Mhm.
But
How many a day though?
I think
Like a pack?
half
Half a
half.
pack. Okay.
Recently I was smoking like the whole pack and I was like in shock, like for real. I just smoke it during the day and like cut it again, but half a pack, yeah, even maybe less, but not even a thing because I was also an alcoholic for half a year. I was drinking every day and I didn't notice it as well, I was just like I'm just, yeah, I'm drinking a lot and every day half a year, but that's kind of fine, okay. So yeah, I understand and I wanted to join this anonymous how it's called, communities where you just talk with everyone, but we have
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was trying to find, but I couldn't find nothing like this, never in my life. And also, you told me about your experience and everything, and I right now want to create a comic book about depression. But every time, like I'm thinking about this, I think how how I can be, feel myself normal and write about such a serious topic because it will drag me down. It will drag me
Mhm.
down every time. So about because now when you're talking about alcohol topics, I was thinking about like what if right now I will write about cigarettes? I will die. I will run there and will buy my pack again. And I don't know still like if I will buy it today or not. But how you holding yourself if you like creating comic about this type of dude and you like not going and not like taking a bottle of
Um,
alcohol?
I made it. I feel like there's two ways like to do it. You either like mock it or not mock it because that has like a negative connotation, but like a dark comedy, you add humor to it to
Mhm.
lighten it, or you just go into it and like don't hold back and it's like dark. Um, both are like I feel like can produce like really good art. So for
Mhm.
for this, so like a cartoon, I like it was kind of obvious to make it like funny,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I just finally reached that point in my life where I just couldn't do anything. I was just like getting high and chain smoking cigs and thinking about doing things.
Mhm.
Like literally, that's like so like sad to think about, but like I couldn't like know what like and a lot of people that get sober, you see them a year later, guys specifically, and they're just like ripped, like they just went to the gym. So
Mhm.
like the addiction doesn't that like neurotic addiction doesn't go anywhere. So you have to put it somewhere. So I completely
Mhm.
put it into Nancy.
It's like
Mhm.
how it's like meme, how you can recognize like ex drug addicts and just runners.
Yeah,
People
yeah, yeah, yeah,
going hiking, this old dudes, they just was drinking and taking a drugs all the youth. I love
yeah.
hiking right now. Yeah.
It gets there's a lot of people that are functioning, which I was I always had a job. I was holding down a job. I mean, I would quit a lot impulsively and find a new job because they were all like entry level things.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm. It's crazy to be almost 5 years. I think like a few more months. I'll be. There's actually a friend of mine. I always have to text her around this time and say, "Hey, what month did I come in?" It was either June or July. I still don't remember. Um, but yeah, I'm like kind of codependent on Nancy at this point. I've like created this like codependency of like creating and like wanting to see this through. Um, whenever this does end, I will definitely have to like grieve it for sure because 4 years is a long time to be doing something like this on focusing on
Mhm.
his face, you know.
Uh, But you said you couldn't do nothing. You're just thinking about doing something, and I thought about the same today. Just when I woke up, I'm like, what the hell? Like big part of the day, I'm just dreaming about creating my comic, but not actually doing even a one fucking step. And I have everything. I have people who will support me with art side, who will support me with funding it, with who will support me with promoting it, and I'm just sitting and dreaming about how I will do that. And then I'm like 20,000 steps ahead with who I will reach with that, who I will reach with that. But I'm not even one step in my actually just sitting and writing a story. How
I
you
I
do
think that's
that?
part of it. I think that's
Yeah.
part of the creative process, like not doing it or thinking about it.
So, tell about it. Tell about it.
This isn't me. I've seen like some thread or something on Twitter, but a lot of the work like for a scene, like for like the one you have on my Twitter, like I won't do anything for like I'll go like walk for like an hour and I'll like figure out how I'm gonna do it in my head. And then when I sit down, I can actually just like do it. I think that's or like when you're doing something and you take a break,
Mhm.
like taking a break is like needed because then and like doing something else. Like have you experienced that? Like you're trying to do something, you can't get it. You do something and then when you come back to it, it just you like you can do it. Like
Yeah.
you figured it out somehow. I I don't want to like quote some shit that I don't even know the actual quote, but it's just like from my understanding, it's you're like figuring it out subconsciously,
Hmm.
even when you're not thinking about it, and then when you come back to it, that's why it can just like come out.
Mm.
For you, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I don't want to like psychoanalyze you or anything. I don't even like know you like that, so I don't know. I would just like
No,
do it.
you can
I
tell.
would just
You
like
can
start it.
Do it.
about your experience, how you writing all the scripts, and you just sitting and writing this with the how
Uh,
inspiration, or is just discipline, and you're like, okay, I'm sitting now and just writing everything.
yeah, usually at this point it's kind of habit when I need to like or when I want or like I need to do I just start and like everything I've made for Nancy I've just like entered that flow state during it.
Mm-hmm.
NFTs specifically like making this cold open specific like and if I don't hit that I just like go for a walk. I walk all the time. Even in like the dead of winter. Uh I just like need to. But most of the time I've like mentally figured out how I'm gonna do it. So I just like the hardest part for sure is forcing yourself to start. But like once you start, you'll just start it and then you'll see it. And then at least for me, it's like once I start seeing it, I'm like, I gotta finish this. Or like I gotta keep going. And slowly watch it like manifest in front of you. So yeah, just starting it is like the biggest thing. I wake up like 5:30 every morning. Around
5:30,
like
dude.
ever since I turned like 30, my sleep schedule completely shifted. I was like staying up to like 3 a.m. and sleeping till like work, but now it's like I go to bed at like 9, like an old person. But by like 6 o'clock, I'm like doing whatever I'm doing. I like wake up, glass of water, coffee. I drink half the coffee, and then I'm like on the computer and I force myself to start. And then like 4 hours goes by like that. And then I have like something in front of me. And it's only like 10 o'clock. So
Yeah.
that's my literally like every morning routine.
Hmm.
That's who you just scrolled by. If you go up one,
This one.
that's Flannel Donut. That's the studio that made the pilot, who I'm very cool with.
That's cool. You still collaborating with each other, or you like totally moved
We
starter and stuff?
No, they're very cool. They're gonna like consult with me while I'm making the episodes myself. Because they made the pilot like they had a small team. So
Mhm.
I just supplied the audio and like a visual storyboard. And like I kind of got to sit back and watch them create it, which was like a crash course on this process for me. Um, but they're like we talk like every 2 weeks for like an hour on the phone, just kind of about like
Uh-huh.
anything. So
I need to invite them on interview as well. I need to talk with them to how they creating the stories and everything. This is super interesting. I didn't know about that.
yeah,
But
they're
mhm.
like world class stop motion, like people that worked on like the movie Coraline.
So cool.
Oh,
Rob just
cool.
won Emmy and stuff. Like they're like, and they're starting a real life studio in Portland, Oregon. Um,
That's really cool.
right there, yeah. So
So
they're killing it. They're very cool. They're good people.
awesome. How about right now in your relationships with your community? Are you obligated to, I don't know, sharing revenue with them or something like that? Are you own them something, from your project, or you just consider yourself right now as a separate artist and your audience just is a fan of your show, or it's working as in Web3, you just having community and they like if they want they can invest in it and like in the NFTs, purchasing NFTs, something like that, or you're just completely over with the Web3 story and you're focusing on your story right now.
Um, I mean, there's like a very core group that have been here with me for like 4 years. I have them in my mind with every decision.
Mm-hmm.
I finally come to the place where like the best thing I can do for my
This is
community
so
is.
cool. What is that? Wait, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're good. You're good. Those are
So
like I mean like trading cards, like 3D. Here, I'll grab one. I don't
this
know.
is so dope.
This was cool. This took me like
Oh,
they look
yo,
way better in person because it's like layered.
Lost now. This
Took
is for
me
you. Is a fan
it
of.
took me like 3 months to like of trial and error to figure out how to make them. Luckily now I can just like draw it and then make it. But yeah, that's the back of one.
That's so cool. Okay. About community.
Yeah, so I mean they just stuck with me. I think I've been, I'm human, so I'm not like perfect or anything, but I've tried my best this whole time to be like as honest and authentic and like stick to my word. Um, and I think I have to the best of my ability so far. So I think they just like support me. They just like,
Mm.
I mean, they're still here after 4 years. So,
Yeah.
and I
Is
did
it?
follow through. Like the biggest thing was like getting a pilot episode. Like that was like like when I first started and I was dropping collections, like the pilot episode was like the end of the roadmap, pretty
Mhm.
much, or white paper of Nancy. Um, and I fulfilled that, which felt amazing. But now that I'm pivoting to more like Web 2,
Mhm.
but I'm not like leaving Web 3. I'm just like Nancy's not a Nancy's just like an IP in general. So in hindsight, I should have been on TikTok and Instagram for the past 4 years, but now that I'm about to be making full episodes, I'm going to be making short form content daily too.
Mhm.
I'm very confident and excited in like this year.
This is so fun. It's like GTA. This is so cool. Okay. I just wanted to ask, like, if people still have, like, with early Web3 projects who go in now in media side and everything to invest in your project, or you just not interested right now in this? And okay, I got it.
I am. I have a marketing friend who actually like he's like full time marketing. I've seen him like do like magic via like marketing campaigns. Um, and he's helping me. He had a job interview with like, it's an AI company, but it's not like they use AI to collect data and stuff. So it's not like using it, but it's like specifically for reaching out to kind of anyone like Web3 investors, entertainment angel investors, like small VC funds, blah blah blah. And we were getting ready to pursue that for Nancy, but now that this Kickstarter is most likely going to fund, I'm just going to put my head down and see how much I could snowball on my own with like 3 episodes and like daily content on Web2. Because for example, Tiny Chef Show, I'm sure you've seen the image of the character. It was a little like green cook, and it was like a cute little like stuffed animal type thing, and it was like stop motion. But whatever. But they were purely on Instagram doing shorts for like I think a few years. And pretty much what happened is like they snowballed so much, they like proved themselves, and then distribution like came to them pretty much. All just because they were on Instagram and they built up like 1 million plus following. So distribution was like
dope. That's pretty dope.
Distribution like Paramount Plus or Disney or Hulu or whatever, like, you know, they see that and they're like, hey, these people. Best part about that too is if you do it that way, you go into it with complete creative control. Like let's just say for some reason I had 4,000 followers on Twitter, I had a small little niche community, and I somehow got in the door to get on Netflix. I would have no leverage to have creative control over decisions. Doing it solo and independent and building it up and proving it, like the ultimate goal of getting on a streaming service, I would have creative control that way. So I'm personally really excited to have to like double down and just get lost in like 10-hour days to like create episodes and content and just like go. I mean, I said this, but like this year I told myself I'm like not going to think. Like I'm just going to like take action and just go. So
yeah, same. You know, when some like I love the phrase of Kanye West. He said like, if some idea comes to you and you're not implementing it, God punishing you. I'm not believing
yeah,
God punishing you, but it's like punishment because you continue thinking about this idea until you implementing them. Then it's become like, you know, it's getting spoiled with time because you understand like a lot of thoughts and everything, and you just like you're just dying inside. So better to implement everything immediately, and that's it. If you get like done is shitty, it's even like better than not doing it at all. Like I don't know,
yeah,
on the same page.
yeah. Kanye is a huge inspiration. He's
Yeah,
definitely he can definitely at least for me he can like make me feel the source of the whole thing. So I agree with that. That's why I think the hardest part of this whole thing is just starting. But like
yeah.
once you start, like, I mean, I'm sure you've experienced it. You just like keep going because you can see it.
So cool. How do you think like I know that writers like you know we're thinking like okay they probably if they created some cool stories they earn good money and everything, but when I started to discover it, it's turned out that they receive like 2% from selling their books or something like that, so it's not a big money at all. So most like it's commercial job or they doing something for brands or something like that, but they are not rich people at all. And how it's going with animators and with creators in your field? I have no idea. Like you can tell not on your example, but just in general, how much money people doing with this kind of
I mean,
field.
I know I don't want to speak on Rob's business because he's not really in Web3, but I know Flannel Donut, the studio, since they're creating a real life studio, like they have passion things they want to do, right? But like you need funding for that. So they are implementing like commercial work. I think that's yeah, but I think we're in. I think Web3 is kind of the pusher of this, but we're in like a huge paradigm shift of like that whole world crumbling and like something new happening. Like the Shia LaBeouf interview that just dropped. I don't know if you watched that,
No,
but
no,
the
no,
channel
no.
the Channel 5 guy mentioned towards the end, he's like, "Oh yeah, we're getting ready to release our streaming platform, where all revenue goes to the creators." That's just like one example. I think I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I think we are just going into a new world of where, like your question, like I feel like my answer would be like what is now, and I think like in a year even, there's going to be a lot more opportunities and different pathways. I think it's narrowing to be more niche for sure. I'm going to stop talking about it because I'm kind of just talking my ass. I don't know. I don't know. Web3 was great though for NFT collections, and that was a good way for IPs to raise money.
Yeah, 100%. Before, especially, like it was like, endless money for you as a brand. But I'm wondering how Web2 reacting on your creativity, because I all like very often I'm going to in its Instagram and I search most of the art there and find most of the artists there, because they are super talented people. You understand, like it's just you scrolling and you like have 10,000 artists here that's different in style and they're all super dope and everything. And I see how people, Web2 people that we call normies, and everything, they appreciate this art. And I think because Web3 is the bubble and we are not explaining anything, we are not explaining our ideas, how we should be doing, we are just bragging, oh, we are so tech, but we are not fucking explaining nothing. We just, bragging our numbers, which scares people. They don't want numbers, they want ideas. So what is your experience with Web2 audience right now? And how do you think projects need to, especially Web3 projects, need to explain themselves for them to become popular, not only in Web3, but gain some normal people?
My mindset with it is kind of like if this is like Web2 and this is Web3, like kind of put energy into Web2 but keep Web3 like down here, and eventually when the timing's right, kind of bring them together. Because like my first thought with Nancy was like, what if Family Guy had an NFT collection from their season 1, or what if The Simpsons had NFTs from their season 1 and then their season 2? Like that was my mindset because the vision was a TV show this whole time. So I don't know if I'm going to do an NFT collection for the episodes. The climate's a little strange right now for that, but my like focus right now when it comes to Web2 is like Nancy's a character. He's not dependent. He doesn't represent Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or whatever. He's Nancy. Just get Nancy in front of people, and the people that find him funny will just follow. And that's like my only mindset is like get Nancy in front of people.
I don't know. I'm listening to you, and you are so authentic. So it's even, scared me and make me a bit uncomfortable with myself, because, like, I'm thinking how you are not chasing all this trend, how you are in this space, but you don't have this FOMO about all these trends and everything. Because I never saw you in any trends. I never saw you on hype topics. You're always, with yourself and your project. How you managing doing it? It's so cool that you're, all in
Thank
your
you.
thoughts.
Resentment.
What is that?
No.
That's what keeps you going. That's really funny.
I mean,
That's the only way.
wait,
That
guys,
is the only fucking way.
I mean, just like
Oh, you can,
seeing trends, for example, seeing a trend, it's gonna
Mhm.
be gone in 24 hours.
Right.
I'm fully aware there's an incentive for me to jump on a trend and try and capitalize. I just can't make anything with Nancy unless I'm feeling it.
Mm.
And I have yet to see a trend and like feel like get an idea and be like, whoa. Any idea on a trend, I would like force it, and I just like don't want to do that. I mean, I think
look at the
I think you just
collection. Lost. She likes collectibles and cards.
I do like cards.
I
Yeah,
like
really,
this. I think this is so brilliant. To be honest, I really
it's
like
really
it.
cool.
yeah. I don't know if you've heard of the Circut machine, but
Oh yeah.
it looks
mhm.
like a
Yeah,
little printer, and it can like cut.
Yeah.
It's if you're worth looking at because creatively you can just like it can like do anything kind of that.
Yeah.
Well, in the limitation of cutting paper, but it's cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I kind of think I believe in Nancy. Little delusional about it, and I think authenticity is important. And if I don't feel it, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I feel like I can relate to that because I feel like my fuel is like hate. It's like I hate everything, and it's like there's a lot of things in Web3 that I fucking hate. And it's like I see other people like just switching like their narratives and switching like just the stuff that they talk about, like, it's like one day it's like this, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about something else, and it's like there's no authenticity when you do that. It's like you're just a billboard for everything, like for any trend that happens. Like you don't really believe in anything. You literally have no personality, and so that just makes me hate it all. And it's like if
yeah,
I see like these people get on these trends, it's like I just hate you and your trend that you're gonna forget about tomorrow, and you just don't really believe in anything. And it's like, I don't know, it just kind of is frustrating for me because, for
Hmm.
example, I joined Web3 because I love art, and I wanted to collect digital art, and it had like meaning to me. And like I've always been excited about like artists and like just collecting art. Um and I've always been on a rant about how like the most important thing to do is just to collect art because you love it. And it's like nobody was like saying that for like 4 years, and now like I see people who are like, yeah, like NFTs are gonna make it now. And it's kind of like, yeah, now you guys are like coming to the train of like people who want to
yeah,
support artists and like NFTs. You fucking annoying.
yeah. I mean, it is. That's a big. I never wanted to tweet, "Hey, hey, I'm looking for a real community. What's the ticker?" I'm
Right.
sure I'm sure you've seen like those guys around. It's just like
Yeah.
it's all very played out. I also love. I still like when I first started this, and like and like we first started following each other and stuff. Like when I had like 100 followers, that feeling of collecting a piece that you like and like seeing it in your wallet was like
Mhm.
it's an incredible feeling. I don't think
Yeah.
that's ever gonna die. I like
Yeah.
that.
Collectors
It's
collect always. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like
it
I
is
love
though
going
like
into my wallet and like I'm sorry, Nancy. I love going into my wallet and like just looking at all the art that I've collected for the past 4 years. And it's like I go in my OpenSea and I just look through all the art that I have, and I'm like, I'm proud of that. I collected
yeah
that, and I remember the time when I collected that, and like basically represents a moment of like life, and um a moment of like the time that we were in crypto at I don't know, it's just cool.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like I think unfortunately it turned into flipping and money making.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, like
and then
everything.
that brings
That's
that
exactly what.
squeezes.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, no, no. Sorry.
Well, that just like brings out, once it turns into that, I think just naturally human nature, it's going to turn into like scam,
Mm-hmm.
not caring. And then it's just going to bring in, and then people are going to resent it and not like it and like hate it. Um,
Yeah.
maybe that cycle continues with that ends and then the real shit comes back,
Yeah.
hopefully.
This is
We'll see.
hilarious, how this space actually loves everything fake and they hate everything that's growing naturally. If the project didn't jump immediately, people started to fud it. But that's how things works. Like in life, in everything that you are doing, it's very rare when something just jump from zero to like super success. It's allowed like it's needed time to something to grow, but people in web3 somehow don't understand it at all, and that's why like whole 2025 for me it's like year when I like didn't participated in nothing because I hated everything in web3, like everything, because we started to be fooled by social fi, and people start to write their texts with AI about projects that some platform told them to write, and everyone started to write about the same stuff, the same words, and it was like insane for me. I was just, I don't want to see this anymore. I don't want to
Yeah.
participate in it. And I saw how people making huge money from that, and I'm not, because I didn't want to participate in that, and I'm like, what the hell?
My
That always
my
hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt. But my mindset is, and I've thought this before. I was in Web3 of like, you can get your 15 minutes of fame, like you can go viral and you can hit that. But like you were like, that's why I'm just confident and like okay with like staying in my lane and just moving. Because I'll say when Nancy hits his 15 minutes, I'll have 4 years of like structure and a foundation to carry that 15 minutes into something more. Because the opposite is you get your 15 minutes and yeah, it does burn, because like we see in Web3, you get your 15 minutes, you can walk away with $2 million or some shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is an aspect of it. But
Oh my
yeah,
god, someone did the dude as a live person. This is hilarious.
it's kind of scary. He's
Yeah,
definitely a cartoon and not like a real guy.
I have a friend who look like almost like but he doesn't like even trying to quit something like alcohol and stuff. So, that's so cool. I really love your character. I love your vibes, and I love
Thank you.
how honest were you with yourself and with your audience and everything. And wish you luck on like everything that you're planning for the project. And yeah, just I don't know. I will be probably around still, just having notifications on you all your life. I just will go there and will check, oh, this guy is doing something again. But yeah, maybe any
That's
other way how we can support you, how we can be connected with your project, because I don't want to lose the connection here. And maybe for
I
those
mean,
who
having notifications on is huge. That's really funny that it's been 4 years. And when you said when you'd randomly see it, you'd be like, "Oh, nice, this guy's still going." That's like really funny, and cool. So
yeah,
you
it
know,
is.
Funny. I was
I
stalking
don't
you. She's been stalking you for 4 years.
And you see, like
been
I'm
stalking
scrolling.
Yancy.
And I'm scrolling right now. You don't see like any like from me. I know. I don't know why. I don't know why. Sometimes it just appear in his life, and I'm jumping on the spaces where he's speaking, and yeah, I'm like a stalker for real.
Well, hopefully, I feel really I don't know. I feel like really. You ever when you're falling asleep feel like you're getting like downloaded like data, or like your
Mm,
mind starts racing and it's like
Yeah.
electric? Okay. Yeah, 2 nights ago I was like, holy shit, I'm really excited for this year. I could like see episodes and like Web 2 side building. Um, so
That's
that's
awesome.
that's like where I'm at. I'm excited that I kind of have complete creative control over like my destiny or whatever. It's kind of up to me, and I'm
is
not
it
dependent
connected
on anything.
is it connected with the fact that you found sponsorship for your project, or you just feel so? Do you think like
Um,
creativity, like in general, without any sponsorship, can exist, or we're living in this like economy when you need to get money to be creative, to stay, like in a normal mood for creation and everything? So, what's your take on that?
um, well, I've been doing this. I did it full time after the GameStop marketplace launched because I was able to from the NFT collection. I had a full time job after that for a while. I had a few jobs actually, but I think I would always be creating Nancy. I think I'd be making episodes right now if I didn't launch the Kickstarter still. Like the reason for the Kickstarter was so I can just like literally lose myself in this and like speed up the process like 10 times. Like, you know, if I was to make episodes now, it would probably take me like 4 months for one episode. But getting a Kickstarter, um, I don't know. Good question. I think artists are always gonna be creating. I think that's just like who we are, and like that's just naturally something that you have to do eventually. I've had a few moments where I've convinced myself like I'm done making music. I'm never doing this again, and then like
Yeah.
I just like I that goes away like eventually, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna do this. I get inspired by something. But I think that's the beauty of Web3 for like serious projects is you can kind of fund you like really going into it as hard as you can, um, which is amazing. So, did I
Yeah.
answer your question? I feel like I've been like bouncing
No,
to
that's
like
cool.
things you
That's
didn't even
cool.
say.
Interviews, it's not about answering questions, it's about feeling the vibe of the person, and the more unexpected answer you're receiving, the more you feel something fresh in
Cool.
your head. You just, oh, I never thought about this from this angle or this angle. This is cool. Well, Snow, how's this project for you? Because like you're like weren't familiar with this as me wasn't.
I don't know.
Oh wait, say it.
I feel like it's really it would really like resonate with people. It has that, I don't know, it's like very, I don't know how to explain it. It has like a very American vibe. It's like I feel like there's a lot of people in the US who like that type of content and the type of like art style. I don't know. I feel like, and I like it too. I think it's really cool. I just want to, I never knew about this. This is like the first time I'm like meeting you and like hearing about this project and like what you are trying to do. And so it was very interesting for me. And then I'm gonna have to go like scroll myself like through the page and like look at all the stuff. But it's really cool, and I feel like it will resonate with a lot of people.
By
Cool.
the way,
Thank you.
my last question to you, what do you think about long-term format that you create in still like 12 minutes? For me, it's still long-term maybe, because I noticed by myself, like for me, it's complicated to watch something longer than 20 seconds. When my friends
Yeah.
sending me, I'm like, are you crazy? What the hell? I won't watch it. It's like 30 seconds. And the only way I'm watching something long, it's when I drinking my coffee at the morning and I just making makeup and I just put something on YouTube. So how do you think people right now watching anime and cartoons, like Yeah, especially not something popular. Are they just finding and watching it, or how it's happening?
I agree. I think that is something I've thought about. That is kind of like a you have to like. I mean, that's the thing. 12 minutes hypothetically, because like it's gonna match up, but that's what like 115-second or 112-second clips
Hmm.
for social media. I think the ultimate I agreed. If I'm not gonna sit and watch an hour long show unless I get hooked the first 2 minutes, or maybe I see a clip
Yeah.
on Twitter and I'm like, whoa, this is a cool scene. I'll check it out. I still have to get hooked that first like 2 minutes. I've had countless times of putting on a show or a movie and I'm like, fuck, I don't like a minute in, I'm like, I'm bored already. So
Yeah.
that is something I thought about. That's why the short form content. The goal would be to, if 10 people come across Nancy's TikTok, one of them, 10 is maybe a little ambitious. Let's say 100 people, and one of them is like, "Oh, what is this?" And they go and watch a full episode.
Hmm.
Like that's like the goal. But I think I think it's like two birds with one stone because I'll have like 100 clips from episode one to just like post on Web2 and stuff. Um, and ideally would translate to like fans wanting to see the episode, and then maybe 10 people that end up watching the whole episode, 3 of them are like, whoa, I want to watch the next episode now. And then, if you're at that point, you're probably gonna follow and like want to see more. That's kind of the way I see it. Yeah, attention spans are like dead, including mine. um,
Absolutely. When I watch
it-
something, I also scroll in TikToks, and I like, I just scan differently.
if I wasn't pursuing this, I would probably go like fully analog and like get a flip phone and just like experience life for like a few months with like no window to the internet. I think that would be very liberating. I think you would withdraw heavy though for like the first 3 days. I would probably be
Yeah.
I'd probably just feel anxious for like 3 days, because like it's crazy the world we're in right now. It's like it's scary, but it's cool. There's like, it's very duality of it because it is. I do love like being able to see what's happening in the world and seeing like collective opinions and shit. It's like it's very entertaining and insightful. Also, though, I miss like looking at the fucking sky, you know, which I can literally go look at the sky. I'm just being dramatic, but
I don't
I don't know what I
know.
was saying.
I've heard, someone saying like we're spending so much time with our phones, but have you ever saw your phone in your dream? And I'm like, every fucking
Yeah.
time. For me, it's like every.
You guys dream about your phones?
Yes, I'm having like.
I've never dreamed about my phone. That's funny. You're the first person I've heard that says they've had their phone in their dream.
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody dreaming of their phone.
That's
Okay.
unique. Maybe you should lean into that. That's a cool element. You could be the only human on Earth that dreams about their
Dream
phone,
about their phone.
which would be that's a good authentic angle to lean into.
But I
No,
think
I'm
like also that's cool that you have the pattern that you're using on the pictures all the time, because that's what catching attention, and that's what connecting you with the project, even if you're not watching every episode or something like that, but you like all the time seeing these patterns, and you're like, oh, this is Nancy, this is Nancy, this is Nancy, and this is so cool how you're using that.
That's a George Condo play off of. I don't know if you know George Condo, but he did
Can I
like
tell you
some.
guys something really interesting? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Can I tell you
Yeah.
something really interesting? Okay,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Not what you guys telling here, but really interested,
no, like listen. Only 2 to 3% of people report dreaming about their phones. So it's like actually a really,
Wow.
really, really rare thing.
You
And
will
you
grow.
just said you dream about it all the time. That's cool. How
I
many
even
people on Earth? 8 billion? I wonder what like
Yeah.
2% of 8 billion is.
I don't know. I can't do math. Don't ask me.
Statistically, you might be the only person on Twitter that
Right?
dreams about the
I
phone. So
highly
that's like
doubt.
huge.
I highly doubt. Don't you like have this even pattern that you want to scroll something with your finger?
No. You're crazy.
You're not sitting in the internet enough, okay? So you tell about some guy who is that? Okay, let's jump on this topic.
I'm
You
sorry I
said-
interrupted you guys, but it was just funny.
No, that's cool. That's cool. And it may be something to think about. Good
You
or
need to
bad.
you need to make episode about addiction from your phone.
Yeah, for sure. I do have in season 2 he gets talking about commercial work. I had a loose idea of season 2 he does a commercial for antidepressants and then he gets addicted to antidepressants. Which doesn't make sense, but I thought it'd be funny if he was just taking pills because they're in front of him. What were we
Yo,
talking about?
Thank you for watching on YouTube.
Okay.
We are mainly hosting on X, but thank you for watching on YouTube as well. On X or Twitter, so whatever. If you're interested to jump there, you can jump there. My name is the same there, Ira the Rabbit. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You know George Condo?
No.
He did like the art for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's like his style. Like I love his style. It's like shapes and like abstract kind of.
Yeah, I love it too. I love it too. For
But
sure.
that's Nancy in his style.
Are you sharing ideas with someone, or you're just living with your ideas alone in your head, or you have some community with who you're talking about this stuff?
For the show, I'm writing it, and like my best friend is co-writing it, and we
Oh.
talk on the phone like daily.
That's so cool.
So when it comes to the show, we're like it's very collaborative. But for Twitter and stuff, it's just if I think of something and I want to pursue it, I'll just do that. Yeah, I hit a wave of like, I think I thought once of like doing the Scream Nancy, and then it just clicked of like famous paintings to just like Nancify them.
I love it so much.
Yeah, it's cool. It's crazy you've scrolled this far because I'm like seeing like the waves of different stuff that happened for the past 4 years.
No, that's super cool. Right now, I will watch the whole episode definitely, and yeah, this is cool to talk with you. I hope we'll talk more in the future, and yeah, thank you for joining. I just need to run right now on another live stream, guys, but it was super cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a cool conversation. Nice to meet you both officially. Yeah, cool conversation. Appreciate you having me on.
I will continue stalking you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Guys, thank you for watching us. And Lost, thank you for hosting. I hope you enjoy this as well. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think that's cool.
Oh, did we already? Are we not? Okay.